here's the deal. We're gonna I'm gonna show you how to whip up something quick. You know, if you don't have a whole lot of time and you want something tasty and light at the same time, well, you're in the right place. We're gonna have shrimp and pasta with a light sauce that goes with it, and yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Simple ingredients. It's like I said, it's quick and it's easy. Um, when I don't feel like making a big meal or something like that, this is something I can run to and just run through it. It's gonna taste good. Uh, it's gonna look good. So let's get started. Let's see what we got. So we can get into this. Let's see exactly what we got. So in this dish, of course, we're gonna have shrimp. I got jumbo shrimp because I like shrimp, and that's 20, about 20, 25 shrimp. Uh, and this size dish will serve maybe two, three people at the most. Uh, Tonight it'll serve two. So we have our shrimp. They've already been scaled and deveined. Uh, there's nothing worse than trying to have shrimp and then and then it's crunchy. That's something you don't want. That's just a waste of food and time if you're preparing it. So if you're going to do that, you might as well uh, devein them. And so we're going to have that. And like I said, not much seasoning. So we're going to have that body. We're going to have that. We're going to have black pepper to give it a twang. We're going to have butter to help with the sauce. Uh, and of course, milk. Some people who know me might be, some people who know me right now might be shaking their head saying, "Oh no," but regardless. And then our pasta. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot of pasta in there because, like I said, it's only for a couple of people, and I don't want one thing to overwhelm the other. So I don't want to have so much pasta that when you're dealing with the shrimp, you're like, it turns you off. So we want to have just about the right amount. I got like a cup of pasta, uh, 3/4 cup of milk. We're not going to use all that butter, but it is there. You're going to have to use that to your taste. And the black pepper and this season, I love adobo. I do. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So um, no, our shrimp are not going to go in first. But what we're going to do, let's see what this water looks like. Uh, yeah, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get this water boiling good, and I think it's ready. And then we're going to um, turn this around, and I'll show you as I begin to put the ingredients in. Again, it's something simple, something quick. Um, Something that you can do. And so, first thing we want to do is get the butter in there. Why? Because we don't want our pasta to stick. So we're going to go ahead and get about 2 teaspoons of butter, no salt. Uh, I feel like I'm on punishment because everything I have is low sodium or none at all. Uh, but that's a story for another day. So we're gonna let that butter do its thing, and then we'll add um, our pasta. But we may as well go ahead and start adding our seasoning. The shrimp is going to be the last thing that goes in. You don't want to put them in and they overcook. You want them to be plump, juicy. Uh, you understand? It don't take them long to cook, so we don't want to put them in first. They're going to be the absolute last thing that we add to this dish. So let's go ahead and get this water where we want it. And again, there's no salt. So when you hear me shaking like, oh, what is he doing? Why is Kevin? No, there's no salt. So we're going for taste. And of course, to give it just a little oomph, we're gonna have black pepper. There was one time I really didn't like cooking with black pepper. I thought it was a waste of time. Like who even created it? Didn't even think it had a purpose, but apparently it does. So we got that, and we're gonna let that do what it do. Let's just take a look at it. Uh, what we have here. So we're just preparing that. We have our black pepper in there. We got our adobo seasoning in there. We got our butter or margarine in there, whichever you prefer. We just gonna let them get to know each other for a moment. And while that is happening, um, again, uh, shrimp, pasta with sauce, with a light sauce, and we will work with the butter, in my case, and the milk. And when we're done with this, we'll have a nice dish to lay out for you. Uh, but I also have something uh, in the oven just in case this doesn't work out right, which I know it's going to because I'm pretty good at what I do. So, but just in case it doesn't, I've got something in the oven that I'm probably going to show you later. So uh, we're letting this get right, and then we're going to add this pasta to it. I think we're just about ready to add that. And the amount of pasta you use depends on how many people you're gonna be dealing with. And since I'm only working with like 2 people, don't need that much. We're gonna let that um, work its way around. And y'all heard me say this before, right? So I'll say, how we doing? How we doing? Somebody remembering a little too much, but yeah, I'm prepared today. So um, we're not gonna try that again. I did do it once and I paid for it. Um, but actually, I can just go ahead and tell you, I've got some baby back ribs, dry rubbed in the oven. So uh, that's it, because I love meat. So we're gonna have those baby back ribs to show you by the time this dish is done. I put them on earlier uh, to coincide with what we're doing. Um, again, whoo, oh, again, this is I'm making enough for just about 2 people. Um, so let me show you again uh, these shrimp that we have. And so these are the jumbo shrimp that I'm using tonight. Uh, Pretty big shrimp. Like I said, they've already been shelled and, as you can see, deveined. Um, you don't want to have this nice dish and your shrimp are crunchy or gritty. So no, we don't want that. So that's already been done. Uh, but they're going to be the last thing that uh, we put in. So once this pasta gets I'm trying. I love cooking, Sister Julianne. I love cooking, so that's one of my favorite things to do is to cook. Oh, wait, did I put my other ingredients back? Yeah. So simple ingredients um, for this for these shrimp. Again, we have the adobo seasoning. Yep. We have the black pepper or a little twang to it. The milk, that's going to help with the sauce. Okay. And of course, we got butter. Gotta have some butter so that your pasta does not stick. So we're going to give that a few minutes to do its thing. Um, and once they get to where I want them, then I'll add um, the milk to it, and it'll start to pull all the ingredients together, and the flavor, and we're going to be working on something, and it shouldn't take us that long. Uh, and I did mention that the shrimp are going to go in last, so I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. Um, I cook almost every day, so let's get that out there. I was a chef at the University of Florida for about 5 years. I I managed the Terrace Market Cafe at Shands Cancer Hospital uh, for a while. Nighttime manager. Let me fix that. Nighttime manager. But we always prepared things for the next day. So I would always be preparing food for the next morning, for morning shift when they came in. So cooking has always been kind of like a part of what I do and what I love to do. It just it relaxes me and gets my mind off a lot of things. I get in the kitchen like ain't nothing going on. Oh. This is what I forgot to show you guys. Now, I don't know what kind of sports fans I'm dealing with, or who your teams are, but see, that's that's my sports team. That I don't know if it's another team out there, but this is mine, the Florida Gators, right? See about that action. Y'all see it. I said I was going to show this off tonight, and there it is. And this is before before God shot me up to apostle. But yeah, it was custom made for me. Uh, so I show it off every now and then. And so yeah. I mean, if you got a team, maybe you can show it off too. But that's for me. So again, I'm just checking this pasta to make sure it's about right, and it is, and it is. You see, that's how you want it. You see that? That's how you want it. So we're gonna go ahead and add some milk to this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do that, and let it get back to a boil again. It makes all the difference because when I showed it to you earlier, it was a little dark or what have you. But now, since we've added the milk to it, that's gonna be about what we're looking for. Okay, so that's what you want to be looking for, and we're going to let that come to a boil. All right. Once we get that uh, going pretty good, uh, so what I need to do, I need to taste and see if I've got the taste that I want or that I'm looking for. That's why it's important to put your seasoning in first, because whatever's in here, that's what your shrimp is going to taste like. So you might want to check it before you put them in there. So let me grab a spoon. And let me see what we're working with here. Yep, yep, yep. Got that spice. I'm missing something. Missing something. Missing something. So let's add a little soul seasoning in that. I gotta taste something. I don't taste it yet. All right, we're at a boil now. All right, let's see what we got. Mm, that's what I'm talking about. That's what that little bit of, you'd be surprised when you seasoning your food, if you would just take a moment. And I know most of us are set in our ways, so we already know what we're gonna put in it. But when you're trying new dishes or or experiment, that's how you become great. But what I'm trying to say to you is, if you would just little bit by little bit, um, when you're adding the season instead of just dumping everything, you can get just what you want. And just that adding that little bit of seasoning to this mix, this is what I'm looking for. Uh, lessons. Oh, you're here now. So let me I'm kind of almost to the end, but so what I'm having is shrimp with pasta and the sauce, right? So our noodles are just about there, but because I added this milk to it, I want to let it get to boiling pretty good. And over here we have our jumbo shrimp. Okay, yeah, we have our jumbo shrimp. So these shrimp have already been um, shelled. They've already been uh, deveined. So we got that set. And as I said, simple seasoning because you don't want to overdo it. So we got adobo, okay, and we got some black pepper for just a little kick to it. Um, and with this, I had to add, so I don't want to leave anything out. I had to add just a little bit of soul seasoning, just a little bit to wake it up. It is, and so that's where we are so far. And I want this to do just a little bit more than what it's doing, because once the shrimp go in, that's it. And we don't want to overcook our shrimp. So again, you want to get this pretty much to where you want it, um, because that's going to do it um, for your shrimp. So we're like as I said, I'm just about done with that. So let's go ahead and put these seasonings back, right? Get our shrimp ready to go in. And just like with anything else, when you're using seafood or cooking with seafood or whatever, and I have it in the sink, you want to go ahead and wash that out. You want to go ahead and clean that up, right? Or you gonna let that sit around, cross contaminate. You don't want none of that. You're gonna get that hands all cleaned up again. Because you really want to be safe in the kitchen. You don't want to go through all that and then be sick behind it. No. So we go ahead and clean that up, get ourselves together. Um, I don't want to overdo my pasta either. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cheat like everybody else do. So so instead of just letting it go, let it go. I'm gonna get rid of some of this. That's what I'm talking about. All right, and now we're gonna continue. And add the shrimp to this. Listen, this is what you want. How we doing, Pastor Joanne? You know I'm in here again, in this kitchen again, um, doing some shrimp. And so again, in here, I have about 20 to 25 jumbo shrimp. Okay, well, let's take a good look at them. So we got about 20, 25 jumbo shrimp, already deveined. It's just important for me to keep saying that because you do not want no gritty shrimp. You just don't. You're going to get frustrated, upset. So now the shrimp is going in. Woo-hoo. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. My goodness. I'm excited just a little bit. And because I'm big on presentation, watch this. Italian seasoning. Can y'all see that? Because I can't present nothing if it ain't got that look. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little of that. Yep. Add a little bit of that. Yes. And again, you don't want to cook your shrimp too long. All right. So we're just about there. Yo, I'm gonna get you there. You just give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna get you right there. Now we're just about there, right? We're just about there. Yep. We give it a couple more minutes. Let's expand this a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, y'all. Show me some of them shrimp. I'm just trying to show you something. Look at that. See, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up like a minute, minute and a half. and this will be done. So um, yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, get this right, and I'm going to be presenting this to you in like 2 minutes. In like 2 minutes, I'm going to be presenting this to you. Okay. So thank you for joining me. Um, this is something simple that you can make, and it shouldn't take you that long, as you can see, since you've been on here. Yeah, we are just about where we want to be. So like, oh, Pastor Joanne, I was telling them before you came on, I always have a backup plan. And I was saying that if this didn't turn out right, which uh, I had no doubt that it would turn out right. Okay, so let me get that out the way. Uh, but if it didn't, I had something in the oven already. You know, just to make sure that we would have a nice dinner no matter what. So um, I have some baby back ribs in the oven, and I'll, I'll 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 share those with you guys in just a moment. But I want to make sure I go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, let me get this right. This is going to be nice. And while we're talking about that, yes, ribs. So let me go ahead and put some stuff away because I don't need it anymore. Confident. I'm confident that everything is going to turn out pretty good. So I don't need any more seasonings. I don't need any more. Uh, I don't need to add anything else. We're there. So y'all, let's check on these ribs and see what they look like. We got a rack of baby back ribs that are in the oven waiting on us to check on them. And Julianne, I will not be touching the hot pan. I will be using. Ooh, all right. Let's see what you got. Oh, this is what's happening. I'm telling you. So let's see. What are we looking at here? Oh, and look, y'all ready for this? Look at this. I, I, look at that. Look at that. Here's- So so we have those. I want them to go just a little bit longer, and they're gonna be ready to go. So we're good here. Baby back ribs, baby back ribs. Yes. So we got that. We're gonna stick them back in there for a few minutes more. 'Cause I want everything to be hot and ready to go. Right? I want everything to be ready around the same time. So we're getting it. All right. And So watch this. So I love to use aluminum foil. I want to keep the moisture in there, and I've got them on a rack. Okay, sure, I'll take a picture to keep the moisture in so it doesn't dry out. All right, so that's that. And we are ready right there. See that gravy on the spoon like that, on that fork. So we good there. I can really turn it on and let it sit for a minute. So I'm gonna do that. I try. Denasia, you want to come try this? All right. No, I got a taster. So instead of me saying how good it is or what it tastes like, I'm going to my protester. Uh, that does look good. It does. Yes. Okay, I need to get these ribs back in the oven. And yeah. So yeah, tell me what you think. Yes, it is. It just came out, so you might want to blow it pretty good. So we got that yard, and all we're waiting on is the ribs, and then we're done. So that's how you do um, a shrimp and pasta with sauce. No time. That's how you get it done. It takes no time. It tastes really good. I've already given you your ingredients. Uh, 15, 20 minutes, you're done. Um, and I always have a backup plan. And that's why we got the baby back ribs, just in case. So thank you for joining me. Um, hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed you coming. And we will see you again in the kitchen.